Alrighty guys, well, I am super pumped to show you guys what's in this box. As you guys have seen, I have a ton of sheds just laying all around my shop, and I recently partnered with a new brand called Skulli, and they make a super awesome shed mount and display. So we're gonna get it hung up on this wall, and I'll show you some of my sheds in the keeper pile in the process. Alrighty, let's crack this sucker open. So if you guys haven't heard of this brand, go check out Skulli. Their Instagram is Skulli Mount, but they're making these awesome mounting systems for your sheds, and you don't have to drill into your antlers or do anything like that, and they look super clean. Let's pull this out of the box and get it set up on the wall, and let me show you guys how this thing works. We have two different mounting systems in here. It looks like, I believe this is a 12 slot, so we're gonna mess around with this. It comes with a bunch of hangers, which are essentially just a rope and a hook that's gonna go into these sleeves. And then I've got a 2 slot mount in here, so that's gonna be for a match set. I think I'm gonna try and hang one of my moose sets from this, so we're really gonna put this thing to the test. In the package with this mounting system, they already send you with all the hardware you need, so it's got some drywall screws and then some screws, regular screws as well. And then it looks like we've got 12 ropes, so we can hang 12 sheds from this. So we're gonna mess around with it and see how this system works, but it already it feels really sturdy, so I think this is gonna work awesome for a bunch of my sheds. Alrighty, so it's just this really simple system. It's basically just a little like lasso, and then it's got this little knob that's gonna slide into that mount and hang the antlers. So I think this just wraps around the base, and then it's as easy as that. It's gonna hang on the wall. So I think the first antler I want to chuck on the wall is this one that I found. I think I was probably like 13 or 14 when I picked this up. It's one of my favorite sheds because of that. One of my biggest sets that I picked up when I was younger, and it's just kind of fun to have around. I haven't wanted to drill into the bases or anything like that on this buck, just because this antler is really special to me. I'm excited to try this out, but I think this will work perfectly. You just kind of wrap it right around that base, tighten that up, and then I actually, because I'm dealing with not a ton of space on this wall, I ended up tying a knot higher up on this rope so I can hang it higher on my wall. And I think I'm actually gonna tie it a little higher and see how this works. So pretty adjustable based on your wall space. Obviously, if you have this higher on a wall, it might not matter too much, but they give you plenty of length on this, so you can make it about as low as you want. So let's get this hung on the wall. As you can see, I shortened that up quite a bit because I want these to hang pretty high, so we can kind of fiddle with that and see how it looks. But for now, this is just gonna slide right into this slot. And look at that. Wow, that looks super cool. It's just nice that you can easily pull these off and show your buddies and mess around with them. Anybody, if you're anything like me as a shed hunter, you just always want to pull off your sheds and mess with them. So this is a really cool system. It doesn't get much simpler than that. So we got the one hung up out in the shop, where that one was a 12 antler bracket, and it looks super sweet. I'm excited about that one. But they also sent me this, I think it's for a match set bracket, but I wanted to put it to the ultimate test. So I'm gonna actually hang 2 of my really heavy moose paddles from this. So I've got 2 right sides that I'm gonna hang with each other and see how this thing holds up. One of the things I really like about these is they feel super sturdy, and they look really clean on the wall too. So Just 2 little screws. They send you with all the hardware you need. This is the first antler I wanted to hang on here. This is one of my biggest moose sheds ever, just a really big shears for the areas I'm looking in. It's almost a 10-pound antler, so most of your antlers probably aren't gonna be this heavy. Like even an elk shed, a 10-pound elk shed is a super heavy antler. So this will be a good test. We're gonna chuck 2 of these on here that are almost 10 pounds. So basically 20 pounds on this bracket, and look at that. That looks so freaking sweet. Super easy to detach. Like you guys saw how quickly I threw that on there. Only took me about 5 minutes to hang this bracket, but it's nice that you can change antlers. You're not putting anything like into the antler at all. So it's super convenient that I can chuck up whatever antlers I want. Let's get this other one on here and see how it looks. So just recently picked up this one. This is another really special bull to me, and I'll post a video if I haven't already about this bull, but just a really awesome antler. This one's also 9 pounds 4 ounces, heavy antler. And let's get this guy hung up. Yeah, look at that. Freaking sweet, holding like a champ. So I have one of those screws in a stud and the other one is in a drywall screw, and that thing is not budging. That's pretty awesome. There's not too many antlers you'll be hanging from these that are heavier than that. Super, super clean. I'm really happy with how that looks, and I'm excited to throw a bunch more antlers on the walls like this. I just think it looks really, really awesome. So if you guys haven't already, go follow Skulli Mount on Instagram and go check out their website. They have a bunch of super awesome products. This is one of the best antler display ideas I've ever seen. So I'm super excited to be working with their company. Just a bunch of great people from what I can tell. And I'm excited to see other people hang these up and see some people's ideas. I think you can be really creative with these and throw different antlers on there all the time. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this product.